I love the fact that Keir Starmer went, oh, I didn't know I was saying we were creating a nation of strangers. Oh, I didn't know I was invoking Enoch Powell. I didn't read my own speech. And then you've got Prince King, whatever his name, Sausage Fingers. I mean, he cannot get to an Islamic centre quicker. Welcome to another episode of Fox and Father with me, the Fox, and him, the
father.
This is a message for the Daily Mail. You can still call Mrs. Elizabeth Fox conspiracy theorist, but can you put conspiracy theorist with BA ons at the end of it now?
LLB.
LLB, BA, LLB ons.
Congratulations, Lizzie, by the way, if you're watching.
Woo, to the missus. Amazing. Yeah. How she has done that is just amazing. But we now have a fully fledged human rights lawyer.
She's gone full Kim Kardashian.
Well, she's a human rights lawyer who actually believes in human rights rather than chopping off children's willies. So how are you, Calv?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
As you can tell, I'm a bit highly strung.
I've never seen you highly strung, Lawrence.
Because this morning I woke up, I went to the gym, and because my evil gym person is going away on a camping trip, he kind of double destroyed me. And then I'm intensely interested in my garden and all of that. So I've been gardening, and LLB ONS has been cleaning out the garage. So it's been one of those things that normal people do sort of in the summer holidays. And the LLB plus ONS minor daughter has been going at it full slog with her mother. So they've sorted out the entire garage, which now needs to be pulled down because it's covered in asbestos. But other than that, so this is the first time I've sat down and I'm actually blooming. You notice?
Don't do that.
I said blooming.
I know you did the three hand thing as well.
What? Oh, yeah. Is that Nazi?
I'm thespian, don't you know?
Well, I my heart to yours. What do you want? I don't. I'm hot. I was going to wear my two-tier hat, but I thought that I can't be bothered. How are you, brother?
I'm good. I also went to the gym this morning, just back from there. It's still morning. It's a lovely day. Yesterday had some parishioners round. We had some pipes and a catch-up. At the weekend, we had a bishop come to visit us who was incredibly orthodox and sound, like one of the few bishops, I know maybe two bishops who are outspoken on social media and speaking to the world. This is one of them, and he's been standing up for me and for the parish for a while, so it was good to meet him in person, and the parish got to meet him as well and explore and discern whether we're called to serve together, which is an exciting prospect.
Can we name him?
Yeah, Bishop Todd Giffen.
Right, let's have a look.
Robert Todd Giffen.
Right. Bishop Todd Giffen, your sounders abound. So thank you.
Yeah.
I want to do this privately.
Oh.
But
okay.
But I'm just lobbing it in your head so that we can remember for when we next have a private conversation. When I was sat at our wedding,
makes me nervous.
When I was sat at the wedding, I was looking over at you, and I saw that a certain member of my family had come and sat next to you and was speaking rather intently in your ear.
Oh, bless. Yes. Wonderful.
And I wanted to know what was going on. Anyway, but that's the problem.
Especially for that member of your family. It's a great conversation. Let's have that later. You know what, Norris?
What? What is it?
Things I hated in the country.
How did they get to you here? In America?
They put them on the bloody car, didn't they? I've also got email after email of, you know how much? I don't even know how much. I've had a speeding ticket. I've had 4 parking violations, all from my one trip to London. Cameras on every single street. Even the main roads, the highways, and everywhere, there's cameras. You know what? When I got burgled, when I lived in London, you know what the police did?
F-all?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Couldn't find the guy. They couldn't tell me anything. Nothing at all. Now I park for 5 minutes outside my mother's house to pick her up instantly. Fine. Or, I drive down the wrong road or something. Fine. Like, it's just, oh my gosh.
Don't pay it. Don't pay it. Refuse. And
I can't do that.
I would encourage all people to refuse to pay any of these fines because this is rubbish. What happens is you drive into London, they fine you for, breathing, and then they send you a load of fines. People pay them because they get scared. Don't pay them. Just peaceful non-compliance.
So did I tell you last week they gave me a blooming electric car? Right.
Well, I'm sorry if you're lost. Yeah, I'm sorry if you're lost.
Yeah. And so the thing about having an electric car is you have to find somewhere to charge the blooming thing. So I drove to Swindon to record my Common Sense Crusade at the Lotus Eaters. And then when I get to Swindon, I'm like, okay, where in this crap hole of a town can I park this electric vehicle and charge it? Managed to find somewhere. And then you have to try and get from where you've parked to the place you were going in the first place. Almost needed an Uber to get there. I'm like, this defeats the purpose. Anyway, I leave the car there charging because it takes ages to charge these stupid things. I get an email yesterday. You've parked your car for 3 hours and 29 minutes. The maximum is 2 hours and 30 minutes. So I'm like almost an hour over. But that's how long it took to charge this stupid thing. Plus, that's how long I was at the Lotus Eaters. Like, what am I supposed to do? The electric cars are an absolute nightmare. I hate them.
They're on their way out.
From Swindon to your wedding on the East Coast, I had to charge up there as well. I had to charge up before I can come back into London. You arrange to have lunch for someone, you're like, oh, I'm going to be 40 minutes late because actually I've got to charge my blooming car. You can't pop into a petrol station and just fill it up with gas. You've got to wait and sit there while it's at Tesco's or something. It's just, we're not ready for electric cars.
But to be fair, as you know, the Brute, the big truck that fits the 6 dogs in it. I've driven that car into London, that Brute truck into London many, many times. And Sadiq Khan's finally gone, no, you can't drive that. So I get a fine for driving through the Rotherhithe Tunnel. Having driven through the Rotherhithe Tunnel 1 million times, I now get a fine. It's like, your vehicle's not the right size.
And I don't know if I'm going to get that fine. So I called up.
Just don't pay, man. Do not pay. Don't phone them.
I called them up and said I drove through London yesterday. Do I need to pay the congestion charge? And do I need to pay the Blackheath Tunnel?
It's either Rotherhithe or the Blackwall Tunnel. Yeah,
Blackwall Tunnel. I'm like, do I need to pay? They're like, we don't know. You tell us. I'm like, well, I don't know. I don't live in this city. I've never driven in this city before. All I know is I've drove through yesterday, and I'm expecting a massive fine. So do I need to pay a charge? Anyway, I paid the congestion charge. I didn't pay the Blackwall Tunnel charge. So I don't know.
I don't pay any of it. Never pay any of it. Don't pay your fines. If anyone wants,
render unto Caesar.
Yeah, but this is not rendering unto Caesar. This is racketeering. It's a different ballgame. Right. And bollocks to that. Sorry, my language is probably not going to be brilliant today because I am quite high energy from my dips. I do dips. I can do pull-ups. I can do chin-ups. I can do rows. I'm all over it, man. I mean, when the Greek ladies, I know I'm married. When the Greek ladies see me on the beach in Skiathos.
Oh, no. It's over.
It's over.
Oh, no. They're going to be so upset.
You know how hot those Greek chicas are.
To be fair, though, they're after your sons these days, not you. So
how dare you? You know what? How dare you? But talking about the fact that this stuff they're completely against us. And they do expect you to pay fines, and they rely on people to pay their fines.
I've driven in New York, Washington, D.C., all over Texas, Michigan. I've never had anything like this. It's just one short trip to London. I've got all these fines coming out of my backside. What is that about?
Just don't pay him.
I can't not pay.
Actually, no, I'm encouraging a criminal offence again. They'll come and get me for that one.
I don't have it in my nature. I can't.
It's like, just don't pay. They'll just install more of the cameras, more of the things.
I'd rather just not drive in London. I'd rather not be in London, to be honest with you.
Oh, tell me about it. Well, actually, I went to London yesterday to go and see my dad on the motorbike. No doubt I'll get 1 million infringements that I did on the motorbike that were wrong. Yeah. But it was great because I was there in an hour. Bish bash, which is the whole point of the motorbike.
That terrifies me.
Well, I have driven them since I was 17, and I'm not. And I'm also.
And you told me on the phone yesterday it was 45 minutes.
Calvin, there is someone's lawyers watching. All right. who can do the miles between here and there.
Roughly an hour.
All right.
Right.
Coming.
Gotcha.
Do you want to take that back? What did I tell you yesterday?
You said roughly an hour, something around that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Be careful, Lawrence. Be careful.
I am careful. I'm married. I've got a beautiful wife. For the first time in my entire life, I actually feel calm. Even though I'm a bit highly strung today, I feel calm. I am in the summer. I'm turning things off. Now, I know how much you like talking about this stuff.
Oh, gosh.
But
you haven't noticed Easter eggs I set up on my set?
Where? They're
I planted
not
some new pagan trees.
They're not. Where are they? They're not in my shot. I love it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was. I think I got fired before they handed out the free water bottle.
Shame. They're good water bottles.
Can you send one to me?
I can send one to you. Red or blue?
Red.
Okay.
I'm gonna have it painted.
In fact, come to Michigan, you pick it up.
I'm going to have it painted in Transfag. Our friends at GB, whatever it's called, keep talking about tornadoes hitting the UK, and they really do. In their efforts to try and please Downing Street, they really do try and gibber up the whole climate change malarkey. It's so pathetic and embarrassing. But maybe all of that will come out in time. Who knows? I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? Anyway, I cannot not ignore this.
Okay. You cannot not ignore this, so you can ignore this.
Don't get funny with me. I just said I cannot not ignore this.
Yeah, it's a double negative, meaning it's a positive. Come on, Harry boy.
I cannot ignore this.
Right, okay.
God, it was such a downer. Right. Did you see, and I know you don't care, but it really does bother me.
Yeah.
Did you see the fact that the Essex police, who I happen to reside in the county run by these bunch of woke wankers.
Right, so I know nothing about what's happening in Epping other than...
Okay, I'm going to tell you what happened in Epping. There was a sexual assault of a young girl in Epping by a man who'd been recently arrived into a migrant hotel. And the parents got pretty upset about this. And they're not far-right extremists like us. They're just normal people. Some of them probably vote Labour. Who knows? I doubt it, actually, coming from Essex. But there we are. And they got a bit upset and protested. And now protests are breaking outside all of these migrant hotels. Anyway, they protested outside the hotel. It all kicks off a bit. But it turns out that the counter-protesters got a free trip to the protest location. And guess who drove them in kindly in their vans?
Soros?
Essex Police.
Oh, that's nice of them, isn't it? So the police are arranging the counter-protest.
So so my whole thing about the police being the enemy of the people is awful. What do you do? Okay, so we have, because I know you don't want to talk about news, but what does one do when? Okay, so let's make it not. The police says the UK is going. Well, I do want to make the point that I think the UK is now descending into civil war. I think there's no doubt about it.
You've been predicting it for a while.
I think we're there now. I think we're pretty much there. It's cold and getting warmer, but there have been protests breaking outside all hotels. And what happened was, outside the Epping Hotel, the police realised that they were more hated, rightly so, for being enemies of the people than they thought they were. So they moved them all to London, and all these travellers, all these people getting off planes came into London to check into their £450 a night Canary Wharf hotel, only to find out it had been replaced by our invading army that we seem to be putting up in barracks across London. It's ridiculous. Right, so instead of talking about news, because I know you don't like talking about that, why don't we accept them, Christian?
Good question.
Isn't it our duty?
What?
To welcome them? Good Samaritan?
The stranger, the traveller, absolutely. The idea of the biblical sojourner is someone that isn't staying, hasn't come to invade or take over, that is passing through. And so, yes, we can welcome the stranger if they're a tourist, if they're a visitor, if they're on vacation or holiday. Cool, yeah. If they're coming to invade our country and live and work in our country without permission, without invitation, no, absolutely not. And a lot of it comes down to ordo amoris, right? This is the key phrase that Vice President J.D. Vance made famous recently, in that there's an order of love. So we're first called to love God, the supreme God. And then we're called to love our family. Of course, it's natural. A husband should love his wife first. A wife should love her husband first, and then the children. And then you've got your neighbors, and then you've got your community, and then you've got your nation, and then you've got everyone else. But the difference is that nation comes before the world. Of course it does. As human beings, we're incapable of loving the distant stranger to the same degree that we're capable of loving our next door neighbor. That's just human nature. It's how we're wired. But we have to order that love in order to protect ourselves. So yes, we can and should help people who are strange to us. But of course, you've got to put your own face mask on before you can put the face mask of the person next to you on, right? It's common sense, it's pragmatic, it's practical, it's logical, but it's also faithful.
Okay, I like this. So this is something that the state would hugely disagree with, because the state would go, your first port of call in any situation which is difficult is us. We'll help you out. We'll be your mother, your father, your social work, your friend, there's a state organization to help out with every issue. And the family actually is, in a way, the family is a kind of socialist institution, if you think about it. It's to each his, whatever the stupid phrase is, I never remember it, but everyone has a role in a family. Oh God, you're the difficult middle child in my case. Or, in this new paradigm that I live in, I am the head of the household, if only nominally, because, but you need it. And I get the feeling that we're witnessing all of the denigration of the family, the complete destruction of women's self-esteem via feminism and all of this sort of stuff has, it's now sort of coming home to roost. And that we're going, actually, if we need the state to be in charge of this stuff, we're in real trouble.
Yeah, it's because we're lazy and we've fallen to convenience. We expect the state to solve our problems. We saw that over COVID. It's like, nanny me harder government. That was the attitude of a lot of people. We want safetyism. We want protection. When actually the state is there to protect, on some degree, it's there to protect the borders. It's there to provide a safety net for the very bottom of our society so they don't fall through the cracks. But it's not there to govern our lives. It's not there to dictate our lives. It's not there to be our parents and our lovers and our children. That we have those things. We have families. And I mean, it's more difficult to look after your elderly parents than it is to pass them off to someone else to look after. It's more difficult to school your own children than it is to send them off to the state. Like we've come to a point where we expect the state to do these things. So it's more convenient for us. And it's difficult for us to step away from that.
I think I was listening to an interview with Simon Heffer, who I've always thought was a bit of a far centrist extremist when it comes to stuff. But he did an interview with the wonderful Stephen Edgington about Enoch Powell.
Ah, yes.
And it's a brilliant interview, by the way. So I'd highly recommend it to everyone who's watching to go out and watch it. And Heffer is just like, Enoch Powell was just the greatest dude in the whole world. And he explained why he was so wonderful. And he was really wonderful. And one of his main things was like you got with Thatcher was just to go get the state out of your life. You should not interact with the state unless it's an emergency, as you quite rightly point out. So you'd have a health service, which is like, right, my arm's fallen off because I've had it chopped off by a cultural enricher with a machete. Can you sew it back on again? That's when you need immediate, free at the point of need healthcare. But the rest of the time, the state can take your stupid cameras and your stupid fines and your money churning out machine to create more non-jobs for thick people and get out of my life. And that is such an enormous cultural shift that's going to have to happen that there's no political party that's ever going to be able to do that. It's going to be all of us standing outside migrant hotels going, you know what? I've had enough. Out. Get out. I got a booking in there.
It's a good start that people are standing outside these hotels, but it's going to take more than just standing outside them. And yeah, Enoch Powell was right on a lot of things. I wrote an article once why Enoch Powell was right. And instantly I got called a racist because he is a racist, apparently. And I think he was one of the first victims of cancel culture because people don't even know what he wrote. They don't know what he said, don't know what he did, but they know he's a racist. It's absurd. People are so unthinking for the most part. Like, take a moment to read his Rivers of Blood speech or listen to it. I broke it down in my article. If people want to find it, it's on calvinrobinson.com. Just type in Enoch Powell. And I broke it down from a mixed race perspective, right? So I've got parents, half my family are English, half my family are immigrants. And I broke it down and said, look, he was absolutely spot on with all of this. But you're not allowed to say it, apparently.
Well, and also you weren't allowed to say it at our former employers, GB News, because they're as thick and uneducated and ill-read as the rest of them. So they were like, oh, mate, you can't say Enoch Powell. Tell Kelvin to take his article down. And
I love how they always told you to tell me something.
Yeah. They always did. I used to walk in on a Friday night and they're like, Kelvin's like, he's really bad because he says things that most people think. And seeing as we're trying to grace up to whoever it is, the whole thing's such a massive racketeering Ponzi scheme. GB News, the Ponzi scheme, Reform Ponzi. They're just Ponzi schemes, all of it, all aimed at sort of going, can we try, if we give you the Enoch Powell is a racist, can you let us have some, insert nameless, uninteresting presenter here? I was thinking about...
I remember one debate, I don't know if it's tangible, but I had one debate on that show against one of their presenters who was saying that trans men should be allowed in girls' changing rooms. I'm like,
oh, is that the Tom?
Presenters, for goodness sake.
Is that the Tom Harwood fellow?
Yeah, that degenerate. I can't believe that I had to have that debate on a so-called alternative platform.
Yeah, he's gonna turn around. But you also get the likes. The other interesting thing, with now that Tommy's back, is you get someone was telling me that they met another GB News presenter who is very proud of posting her viewing figures and the fact that she got 1.1% of the national audience with her show. And she apparently she just, the mere mention of Tommy Robinson, because I always say to people, I say, whenever you meet someone who you think is sound, apply the Tommy Robinson rule, which is ask them what they think of Tommy Robinson. So this person did ask. And the smoke coming out of the ears of this GB News presenter, she went straight on to what a horrible racist he was. And I'm just like, you lot, not only you not on our side,
that never smiles.
It could be.
Okay.
But it's like, never. I mean, it's not that they're not even on your side. They're worse than our friends' lawyers. Hello in Blackburn. Hello, little muzzy lawyers. Hello, muzzies. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Sorry, is that racist? Don't care. Screw you. They're worse than those. It's just like, it's people pretending to be on your inside being against you is so much worse than people who are actively against you. Anyway, we must shun this way. You're saying that there's an Ordoro Amori, which is the order of love. And I would say I completely 100% agree. And a high trust society comes when that society is populated by high trust families. Families create the structure and order for a great society. I mean, God obviously does.
Societies are built around homogeneity. Diversity disrupts high trust societies.
Yeah, of anything other than opinion. But even then, it's so difficult to have a difference of opinion when you're not even sure if your opinion is legal anymore. So it's like everything is upside down. Everything's Alice through the looking glass. And I think that we're getting pretty close to the point that I predicted we'll get to. You've always predicted we'll get to. And I'm really happy. I'm really happy that JD Vance says it. And I love the fact that Keir Starmer went, oh, I didn't know I was saying we were creating a nation of strangers. Oh, I didn't know I was invoking Enoch Powell. I didn't read my own speech. And then you've got Prince King, whatever his name, Sausage Fingers. I mean, he cannot get to an Islamic center quicker.
There's no record of him ever opening a Christian center. But recently he was very happy to open another Islamic center.
What is it with that dude? It's literally says it on the tin.
I think he's a traitor.
Fidei Defensor. I do as well. I'm done with kings, but I don't want President Blair. So I don't know what the answer is, but I'm done with him.
When there were bad kings in the past, we used to behead them.
I know, but if we try and behead him, it's It's messy. Who
I'm
could
not saying
do
we
it?
should. I'm just saying that's what used to happen.
I know, but we
If
wouldn't
returned to an
find
absolute
it.
monarchy with good monarchs, I think we'd be better off than being a democracy or a republic or anything like that. But it's about finding a good, strong king.
But can you imagine what would happen if they put together, the National Execution Society? It would just be filled up with woke liberals who would talk about, like maybe we should use a plastic sword and just pretend. And what you really want is to hire in the guy like they did for Mary Queen of Scots, or was it Anne Boleyn? Anne Boleyn. Hire in like some amazing French swordsman just to go, and then we'll stick William on the throne, and he'll be like, yeah, I believe in climate change. Yeah,
but we're also soft. I mean that in the royal we are also. I'm not pointing fingers. We are also soft, and they've been watering down our testosterone for so long that we don't have masculine men anymore. I was posting yesterday. I posted a meme tweet of Jesus flipping the tables, and it was something along the lines of, we're sitting at the tables we're meant to be flipping.
Right, good one.
And someone called me out on it because I was like, point of view. You walk into a beautiful old ancient Anglican church, and you've got a blue-haired lesbian priestess with a rainbow flag stole next to a pride flag altar, preaching about diversity, inclusion, and equality. What do you do? And I posted the meme of Jesus flipping the tables. And someone called me out on it. It's like, but you haven't flipped the tables, have you? I'm like, no, it's a good point. I haven't. But have you? Of course, the answer was no, I haven't. But this is the point. Like, yeah,
I think you flipped the tables, and
I would make a deal out of a scene out of walking out. But would I flip the tables? Probably not. And this is the problem. None of us are man enough to flip the tables. Christ did.
Yeah, but maybe the point of that story was the fact that Christ did, because it was Christ's role and right to do it. And you said earlier in the thing, render Caesar unto Caesar what is Caesar's. It's like, maybe that's not our role, and that the saving of the church, well, I mean, Church of England is a non-existent bullshit entity, so it doesn't make any difference. But the Catholic Church, which is worth saving, it looks like it's on a sort of better path, and there seems to be more scrutiny. Whereas the Church of England, I'm reliably informed, are looking for Justin Welby Mark II to be the new Archbishop of Canterbury, which they haven't even bothered replacing them yet.
They're looking for the right blue-haired lesbian priestess, so they've got quite a few to choose from. So it's a difficult process for them. Bless them.
I'll overturn some tables. They want to put me in prison anyway. Maybe I could open an Islamic center in the morning and then flip some Christian tables in the afternoon, and that would be good. Maybe I would have been seen as a good woke person. I got an email from my son's school saying, sorry, I'm just rambling now, but I just, all of this crap. So I got an email from my son's school today, and it goes, this is how it goes. After a long period of consultation, comprehensive recruitment process for the new head, since so we've hired this dude. He stood out among a very strong field of candidates, demonstrating a deep understanding and connection with the school's educational vision, culture, and community. He is a progressive, both as an educationalist and as a person, and he was drawn in a large part due to its founding principles of joy and freedom.
Okay. Very good principles, but
not in a school, they're not. In a school, you want fear and learning. You want fear and Shakespeare. I want fear and Shakespeare, mofo. Yeah. That's what I want. Right, we're moving on. Oh, goodness me. Wait, no, I've got more questions for you. Oh, okay. So you've kind of covered it with your Ordeo Amoris. But do we think that the signs of these people standing there are that they've got an innate sense that their Christian area is being changed into a different area, cultural norms. So we're being asked to accept. So are people actually engaging with their inner Christian, would be my question.
I think more and more, yes. We obviously talked about when Tommy came out of prison and said he was Christian, but I'm seeing this more across the board. I had a conversation with Carl Benjamin on on my show the other day, and he was saying like he engages as a cultural Christian at least. I think more of the people in the fight are returning to church because they're realizing if they don't go to church and adhere to Christian values, they can no longer sit around on X and say, this is a Christian country, these are our values, when a foreign invader comes in with their own set of values. If we don't have a value set to fight back with, then we might as well let them take over. So I think people are starting to fight back and realize one of the...
Even if it's innately, aren't they? They're realizing that it's... So there are some questions involved in this that have come in from our audience members.
Okay.
How do we reconcile Christian compassion for the stranger with protecting our families? I think you've covered that with Ordo Amoris.
Yeah.
If state institutions no longer uphold Christian moral order, what is our response?
We destroy those institutions.
Yes.
As a conservative, we conserve institutions while they are still for the good of society. But the moment those institutions become for the bad of society, for the ill of society, we destroy those institutions. We don't hold on to them just because they have always been. If they are harmful to us now, such as the BBC, such as the judiciary, we have to break them apart, deconstruct them.
But how? Because Essex police are just going to pretend that, I think they made a statement today, I didn't bother hearing it, but it'll be like lessons learned rubbish. And then they just move the problem on to another locale. You literally, you have to clear out the entire top echelons of these woke, vile little woke anti-British
mass civil disobedience. Maybe we just all don't vote for a candidate in the next election, or maybe we find someone who's far right and put them up and vote for them. I don't know.
That's a good idea.
Use mechanisms, but if the mechanisms no longer work, then we destroy the mechanisms too. Maybe we do need a civil war in Great Britain.
I like that. You're on fire. Right. Is the church? No, is the answer to that one. Is the church speaking up enough for working class communities?
No, it's sickening, actually. It's really sickening that, again, it's cliche because I say it so often, but I know the church's opinion on Rwanda. I know the church's opinion on COVID jabs, on lockdowns. I know the church's opinion on Brexit. I don't know the church's opinion on the euthanasia vote that went through last month. I don't know the church's opinion on the liberalization of abortion up to enduring birth. I don't know the church's opinion on this mass illegal invasion. Or if I do, it's the wrong stance. And so, the Church of England is neglecting its duty to the people, to the spiritual welfare of England.
We are not able to even engage with an institution that is behaving like this. How can people engage with it? Yet there's nothing for us to engage with other than shut your doors, try never to encounter the state. And I would proffer up. I'm not encouraging anyone to do anything bad, but I would just say, just don't comply with them at all on any of it. Like, I'm not going to pay any more fines. I'm not going to do any of it. Take me to court. They're doing it anyway. It's like, why should I bother paying a stupid parking ticket at the same time when I'm walking around looking for a parking thing and I get there and I do the right thing and, they get you anyway. They don't get you parking, they'll get you driving out of London. If they don't get you driving out of London, and it's all power and it's exerted on us overwhelmingly. And I never gave them the authority to do this. Yeah. It's not civilization. It's not democracy. It's not keeping people safe. It's stamping on us all day, every day. And I'm done with it. Yeah. And I encourage everyone who watches this to have your own individual revolution in your heart against this stuff, because it is utter rubbish. Sorry, I'm angry about it, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, sorry, you're going to love this too.
No.
What do you mean, no?
If it's Keir or Khan, you can bugger off.
You love talking about the Mohammedans.
So Keir Starmer and Sadiq Khan, they're so boring.
But he did deny the existence of grooming gangs in London. He sort of said,
that's old news. That's all. Suzanne Hall is fantastic. She handled it very well.
But he didn't deny the existence, but he kept saying,
I don't know what you mean by what's a grooming gang? What do you mean? He was playing obtuse, wasn't he?
But why is that not headline news?
Because it's his people, isn't it? Of course he's going to defend them. He is Pakistani Muslim. Of course he's going to defend the Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. It's despicable. He shouldn't be in a position of power in a Christian country.
He shouldn't.
It should be against the law.
It should be against the law.
My stance on this. There should be no Pakistani Muslims in the United Kingdom. It's too dangerous for our people.
Well,
So
I'm not. Again, I'm a bit wet and soft when it comes to going that far because
a lot of them. 4% of the population accountable for 65% of child sexual abuse and child sexual exploitation. Deport the lot of them. 4% gone. No, thank you.
okay, well, yeah, as I say, I'm sure there are some very.
I'm sure there are, but they didn't hold their community accountable, so they don't have a place in our country.
But then there's an argument to say that this is a minority community, and that community, like I feel as a white
it is
bloke,
a minority, but it's disproportionately.
But I feel as a white bloke that everything gets blamed on white blokes. So I feel quite defensive about that because it's like, well, it's all white people's fault. The BBC have got a new department about how to tell white people that they're dreadful. And I feel a bit attacked.
Sure,
so therefore I could understand that 4% of the population, in amongst them, some real rotters with some horrible cultural practices. But I could see that there will be a percentage of those people who are just sound and aren't, aren't even engaged.
Making their country better, improving their culture.
I am confused by the whole, we don't want you evil colonialists, we want reparations, but by the way, we're coming to your country to have free healthcare and free hotel rooms. It's like, surely if you don't like us white settler colonialists, then stay in your country and shush now.
Yeah, colonization was a great thing, spreading stability, spreading the Christian faith, spreading the English language all across the world, improving infrastructure. The British Empire was the greatest force for good in modern history.
Well, Powell, who wanted to be Viceroy of India, according to Simon Heffer, he wrote the authorized biography of it. He said the minute we gave up India, the British Empire was finished. He didn't care about anything. He said it's over. And yeah, he's very, very. And also,
it's philanthropic. It wasn't in our interest to be in India. It cost us more money than we made. People think we're exploiting. We were helping, and of course, eventually we couldn't do it any longer. Unfortunately.
Well, this is the idea that, conservatives, hard men make, that, what is it? Hard times make strong men make good times make weak men make hard times. There was during that period, which children and my kids certainly, and all the kids I know are taught to hate Britain. We were a very big force for good in the world. And I think some of these lies need debunking relentlessly. One of them is that the British Empire was anything other than an immense force for good. And there's a whole list of them. But that, 200,000 people went around the world. And also, you talk about Enoch Powell's Rivers of Blood speech. According to Mr. Heffer, there was someone argued in Parliament that black men should be treated different in Kenya then they should be treated in England. And Enoch went mental. He went, no, that's awful. That's a horribly racist thing to do. So if anything, Enoch was a bit of a lib when it came to race relations. Right. And yet they turn around and they give him this stuff. Well,
how many racists learn Urdu, for goodness sake? It's absurd.
I'm so fed up with it. And I just want people to feel encouraged to turn around and go, no, sorry. You're not going to denigrate our culture. I'm not listening to some permy, whiny little leftist moron who's been thrown out of school lecturing me on climate change and refugees. Go away, go and earn some money, or, honestly, get a job.
There's a young guy online. His name is Connor. I can't remember what name he goes by. On Twitter, he gave me my Fox and Father follows. Feels Guy 2003. He goes by, begins with a P. Can't remember what his nickname is. Anyway, he was on the Jubilee podcasting, where they have this circle of people and someone sits in the middle. The person sitting in the middle doing the debate this time. So, Jordan Peterson did it previously. The person who did it this time was Mehdi Hassan. Horrible, horrific person. I've had him blocked for a long time. He's one of these Islam apologists who hates white people, hates the West.
This was the guy I saw with Mehdi Hassan.
And so this Connor chap just sits there and he's like, and Hassan's like, you're a fascist, you're a racist. And he's like, yep, just taking it. I'm like, this is the way, right? These words have no power once you stop giving them power. There's the David Starkey approach of refusing to be cancelled. Unfortunately, this guy has lost his job and is now, Synap, that's what he calls it. Pine Sap, sorry, that's what he calls himself.
I found him. I Feels Guy 2003.
Yeah.
I saw him and I was, I did think that he allowed himself into Mehdi Hassan's trap, because Mehdi Hassan is for all of his stupidity and, pointlessness, really. I mean, I don't understand the point of Mehdi Hassan. I don't know what he's trying to do. So if I understood what his view of the world was, or understood what message he was trying to convey, but all he does is subvert anybody he can subvert in any way. But I did think that I watched 9 minutes I think I watched his entire thing, Fields Guy, and I thought that Mehdi Hassan did manage to slightly trap him a bit. I'm not going to lie. I thought he was...
I've only seen clips. I don't consume much media, but I was invited on Jubilee, but apparently they film on Sundays, which isn't a good day for Christians. But I think there's some interesting stuff that comes out of there.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. There's a way of turning around and saying to people, no, enough, done, finished, don't care, call me what you want.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm not going to be hectored and lectured to by a child.
No one cares, Margaret.
Yeah, no one cares, Margaret. Where was that from? That was JD Advance as well, wasn't it? Oh, God, it's quite so relieving to get it off your chest. We found the model. We can now discuss these issues without A, falling into a deep depression because we can't really do much change about it. But B, we can use it as a way of encouraging people to just turn around and say no to all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And force the police to move these migrants around. And I don't want people to feel, I agree with you. I think what you said was good, which is, of course, you want to offer a bed to someone in need for the evening, but you don't ask them to move in permanently. You just don't do that with a stranger.
If you do, you ask them. They don't tell you they're moving in. That's the difference, isn't it? These people are uninvited.
It's like the trans argument of like, you got a unisex toilet in your own house. And I'm like, yes, I do. And I know everyone who uses it. Unlike you,
only one person uses it at a time, which is a major difference to a public toilet.
Yeah, you strange Shoonies. What's the week got in store for you, Father Calv?
What has the week got in store for me? After this, I'm hopping. I've got Dunwilton show. I've got a hospital visit today. I've got some Turning Point USA guys coming around later. That should be good fun. I've got that Connor Pinesap guy on my crusade tomorrow, as well as Sarah Stock, both very sound. I've only got 2 weeks left of my crusade. I've got a food truck this weekend at St. Paul's Church of Grand Rapids. If anyone lives in West Michigan and wants to come and get some free food, you're welcome to pop by church on Saturday morning. I'm going to shooting range on Saturday with some chaps. That'll be good fun. And of course, I've got the mass. What's in a week for you?
That's a good week. Well, tomorrow is going to be legal admin, because it's just a little bit, nothing too heavy. And then I'm also going to go for a very, very long walk with the dogs.
Nice.
I'm going to do some writing, and I'm going to do some music, which I am really enjoying at the moment. I really find that if you're a creative person, you need to create something. So I'm doing that. And then, trying to get into week 4 of staying married, see if we can keep it together for the, to last a month, to get to a month. I feel, she's not, if you like it, then you got to put a ring on it. She's, got to try. I know it's going to be it'll be a month on Friday.
That's crazy.
Won't it? Or will it be 3 weeks? I don't know. Sorry. I'll probably get shut at. But the most important thing is that Lizzie's now qualified as a lawyer. And isn't that amazing?
She can help me fight all these. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get a second job.
You know what? Off air, I'm going to give you some really good advice about various things that one can do about these people, because they rely on fear and intimidation. And there are people that are easily feared, scammed, and intimidated. So there are ways of doing it, and I want to see a whole movement in Britain where we thoroughly.
I did say people don't pay the TV license because it is a scam. It's a TV tax that you shouldn't have to pay. So there must be something we can do similar to parking fines.
Well, I mean,
fines and,
there's a scale, isn't there? So there's a scale from beheading to peaceful non-compliance.
Yeah.
And I would say that now that we are in civil war, that peaceful non-compliance is probably the best way forward, and then we'll move up to beheading if that's where we end up.
Mhm.
Because these institutions need cleaning out from root and branch, top to bottom, and that's it. And I need a fox and father follows, don't I? Okay, who do I love? Oh, I'm not sure I've suggested him before, but Planet Ponzi, who's Mitch, and he's brilliant, and he's sort of makes money understandable to people, because I'm not very good on money, and so he has a Substack, and he's brilliant on finances. So Planet Ponzi would be mine, and I've recommended Russell before, and I'm starting to follow. I've just started to follow someone called the Essex Variant, which I rather like. And the Essex Variant doesn't disappoint with their very Essex views on things. So they're my fox and father follows.
Charlotte said, Lawrence, when's the book coming out? We're ready.
Oh, hi, Charlotte. It's going to be, well, I'm actually speaking, I must call Eric Metaxas because he wants to publish it. I need to give it to, I need to just give it to the right person to publish it. That's all. And I don't think it's going to be an English publisher, because I say things that, the English, like everything, they just fill up the publishing houses with the woke tards.
Too English for English.
You imagine how many books Tommy sold, how much money he would have made a publishing house, but they won't go near him. And then all these snooty little twats go online and go, oh, look at the type font he used for the cover of his self-published book, which sold more copies than all of your books put together, guys. And then it's like when you get those lefties in your Twitter feed who've written a book, Adam Rutherford being one of them, and it's like my latest book that no one's ever read. And so the book will come in good time. It is interesting that my dad's like, is there anything about that I need to know about it there?
I'd love that about your dad.
And I'm like, yeah, there is.
So I'm writing mine now.
Are you?
Next month. My Thursdays, once the crusade is out of the way, that's going to be my book writing day. So I'm going to start.
Oh, it's so good. And especially because you've got to be a really good, harsh judge of yourself, that if you're not being honest, delete it straight away.
Mm.
And if you can't be honest, then stop writing. And then, it's always better to pare it back than to move it forward, would be my guess.
Mm.
So that's, the book will be ready when the book is ready. Interestingly, it's there on my list of things that I will be doing. I mean, I'm trying to do summer holiday stuff, like do stuff with the kids and do gardening and stuff like that. I try not to sit inside and mooch over a book, but I will do it, and I am doing it, and we're up. So it's probably about half finished now, so I could pretty much give it to anybody. It's coming. Any other questions for us? Have you looked at the Twitter?
Yeah, we've got loads there.
Okay, come on then.
So I know a guy said, why don't our homeless people get a four-star hotel, 3 meals a day, a phone, and the opportunity for all free healthcare? Which is a very fair question. If we can afford to do it, why are we not doing it for our homeless people and our veterans? And if we can't afford to do it, why are we doing it for these invading Mohammedans? I honestly don't understand.
I know a guy, it's because the British, Keir Starmer hates the British people. He hates them. He sees you as, Keir Starmer goes to bed going, thank God I'm Keir Starmer and I don't have to deal with you bunch of disgusting, vile plebs. That's what elite classes naturally think. And especially socialist elite classes, because they've got their power not through deserving it, but through greed and envy. So they're the worst guys. Yeah. Oh, look, I can see some now. Is LF divorced yet? Paul says, socialist every day in his bio. Yes, Paul, I was divorced on the 26th of May, 2015. So you're just what divorce from the new one? I
think he's having it too. He's trying to.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul. I hope, my darling boy, I hope that your micro penis, there is a cure for it one day.
Go on.
No, I can't, because some of there's always the lefties come in, but I kind of feel like responding to all of them.
Nigel Parker said, "Are parts of England beyond redemption?"
Yes, the cities. Sadly.
But again, we weren't meant to live in cities. Cities are not good for us. There's something demonic and dark about cities.
There is, but we should take them back. I'm thoroughly. We spoke about it last week. I think we should take them back. And I think your thing that you raised earlier when you said, you know what, why don't we just put up a really far right candidate and see what happens? Because I bet you people would vote for them, and then people would get scared. And that's what you need. Is you need you don't need this sort of Farageist, far centrist extremist shake-up. Yeah. You need something more.
Maybe I'll come back and stand on a mass deportation platform.
Yeah, I'm ready for you to come back.
Behead the treasonous king. Deport every foreign criminal.
Come and do it. You come. We'll run as joint mayor. We should run as joint mayors of London. And literally on day one, we will behead the treasonous king.
I am obviously joking. For anyone who's watching this with a legal intention, I wouldn't want to be the mayor of London. I can't think of a worse job. It's just a horrible place to be, and you don't have enough power to actually make a change. And all they ever do is blame the government, it doesn't matter who is in charge.
Yeah, well,
and they just make things worse.
All right. Well, you're going to give us a little prayer then, are you?
Yeah. Why not? Because today is the memorial of St. Bridget of Sweden.
Tell us a bit about St. Bridget of Sweden.
Huh?
Tell us a bit, or have I caught you off guard?
I don't know much about.
Well, you seem very specific about St. Bridget of Sweden.
St. Bridget of Sweden was also known as Brigitta Bergersdotter, a Swedish Catholic mystic and the founder of the Bridgetines. Outside of Sweden, she's also known as Princess of Neresia and was the mother of Catherine of Vadstena. There you go. That's all I know about her because that's what came up on the Google overview. But let's pray.
Okay.
O God Most High, the creator of all mankind, we bless thy holy name for the virtue and grace which thou hast given unto holy women in all ages, especially Saint Bridget. And we pray that her intercession and the example of her faith and purity may inspire many souls in this generation to look up unto thee, and to follow thy blessed Son, Jesus Christ our Lord, who liveth and reigneth with thee in the unity of the Holy Spirit, ever one God, world without end. Amen.
Amen. What a nice conversation that was, Cal. I'm glad that we've. I was a bit frightened of you last week, and I'm now not frightened of you anymore.
What do you mean?
Well, you were just like, I ain't talking about that no more. I am not speaking about that anymore. I'm done with talking about that country.
I'm just like, I'd rather not talk about Sir Keir Starmer and Steve Cohen anymore. It's just,
no, I don't
I'm
want
bored of it. Everyone else must be bored of it.
No, I think what people, but what we did, which was better, was we talked about it in a way which was a bit more edifying and encouraging, rather than just going, God, it's so depressing, I can't cope. Father, please help.
Because it's dark, and I'm tired of the dark. It's good to find some encouragement in these things.
Yes, well, thank you for encouraging me, which you have, and I love you dearly, and I can't wait to see you.
See you soon. When are you coming to Michigan? People keep asking.
Well, first of all, I've got to get to Greece. Now, I must get.
I will have been here a year soon. You know how many friends have come to visit? My best friend in the world hasn't come out to visit. It's so sad.
I feel bad, and so you don't.
I'm laying on the guilt right now.
I know. I mean, maybe you shouldn't do that with the dog collar on. But okay, we will come. We will come in once we're back from Greece.
Okay.
We will. There will be no trip other than yours.
It would be nice. All joking aside, it would be nice if you could come while the weather's still good, because there's lots to do around here. But it gets.
Do you get a proper leaf peeper autumny time?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so an autumny time would be good. Okay. But we will. You got to get the kids off back to school. So middle of September. For anyone who's looking to burgle my house, I will come and see you, and then I'll go into hiding. Yeah. We love you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I don't know if we still do the gold thing. I can't remember. I haven't had an email from them in a while, but buy gold. It's good. And we will see you next week. Lots of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.